Welcome to the Free Game Don D podcast, life, family, and business. Today's topic is I don't need a man. I'm independent. Michael, what does that mean, man? I think guys want to know, like, what does that even mean?
Okay. So normally you will hear that from an individual, normally a female, where we'll say, I don't need no man. And normally we're saying it to another man, or we may be saying it to one of our girlfriends or whatever in a conversation about whatever. But they'll say, I don't need a man. And usually it's followed by, I'm independent. Like that's the period at the end of the sentence. And full transparency, I've said it. I've said it probably several times in my lifetime. Shoot, I even said it while I was with you, you know. But I think we believe in that because it sounds good until you start peeling back on it. Because, okay, you don't need a man because you're independent. Well, what is independent to you? You know? Normally with women, you know, or even with men, when they say I'm independent, it's like you're holding your own. I can hold my own. So I don't need a man to take care of me. I don't need a man to pay my bills. I don't need a man to get me the house that I want or a car that I want. I can do that myself. But usually those same people, and not everyone, but usually those same people will also say all that, but they got to tell people that, you know? So, you know, I'm successful. I'm this, I'm that. Not realizing that now we're kind of showing that proverbial slip when people say your slip is showing. Because if you're successful, you don't have to tell somebody that you are. If you are rich, if you've got a lot of money, you don't have to tell nobody that you are. People will see these things about you. So if you are independent, people will see that about you. But do we truly know the definition of independent and what it is to be independent? Because it's not always a good thing if it's followed along with insecurity.
So let me ask you this, man. So when women make that bold claim, like what's I'm trying to unpack that. Like I know when you said it to me, I was like, it didn't bother me or anything. I was just like, okay, no worries, because
I ain't trying to take care of you.
I'm not trying to pay nobody's bills. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not interested in being in any sponsors or anything like that. So yeah. So it didn't bother me at all. But I'm just wondering, like, when a woman says that, like, I'm trying to unpack that statement. Like, what does that mean? Because as a man, when I hear it, you know, I hear insecurity. I mean, you know, I hear, you know, I don't need a man, but I need a man to need me. Mm-hmm. You know, I think I hear some of that. You know, I think that's a little scary when a woman, like, that's all she says is, you know, I don't need a man. I'm independent. I don't know, man. It just sounds, you know, it sounds a little, it sounds like a lot of insecurity in that statement, you know, mm-hmm. And it just seems like, man, that some women, when they say this, I don't think they even kind of realize how that may make men feel, because these women, they want men. I mean, they want a man. So, you know, but I think that, you know, I think it's a good thing to not need a man, but I don't know if that needs to be a badge of honor that you need to wear on your forehead to let everybody know, hey, I don't need a man. I just think that, you know, I think we're all interdependent upon each other. And so men are not going around saying, I don't need a woman.
No.
I'm independent. I don't need a woman. I mean, we're not doing that. And I don't know, man. So it's just kind of weird, man. I think that some women, when they say this, me personally, what I hear is someone who needs self-validation. That's kind of what I hear as a man. So you know, I know some women may get offended by that, but I'm just telling you, as a man, what I hear is someone who needs constant self-validation. So maybe they're not getting it from other people, so they give it to themselves. You know, I don't know. I mean,
I feel like there's some truth to that. And like you said, we can't speak for all people, but I'm going to speak for myself. Okay. So my main thing was the reason why I felt like I needed to be independent and, hold my own and things like that is because I never wanted to have to depend on a man or anybody, to get me what I needed. Right. And it's mainly because I've seen other people, my mother, maybe other female or male figures in my family where they were dependent upon a person and that person dictated pretty much how I guess their life was going to turn out or whatever, or what they would have and wouldn't have. So I didn't want that. Plus my grandmother just was on some, you going to get yours that way. You ain't got to worry about no man. She was a little, she was a little jilted, by things not working too great with my grandfather and things like that. And so she developed that type of attitude of I'm independent. I'm gonna take care of things that way. I don't have to worry about no man taking care of me. And of course, raising me, you're going to implant that in me. So that was one of the reasons why I took pride in being able to say that I can buy my own things and get my own stuff, and I'm financially stable. I'm not dependent upon somebody else's income. And I have, like I said, and I don't need no man. I'm independent. But Lord, I was independent, but I was lonely. Okay. I was lonely. I got all this stuff I'm doing for myself and I ain't got no man. Wait a minute. But it wasn't that I needed a man to be in my life, but I did want one. And I had insecurity. I felt like I had something.
Let me ask you this, man. Is a woman that has said on, on more than one occasion that, I don't need a man. Have you ever wanted a man to need you?
Well, that's the thing. And that's exactly what I was getting to. I wanted a man. I didn't need one. I wanted one, but because of my own insecurity as far as needing that, also that self-validation of, look, this is what I can do. I think I turned around and I needed him to need me. Right. And of course, that's a wonderful feeling when you feel like a man, needs you because you're an asset to him. You look out for him, you stay down, you're everything. If he's going somewhere, you buy him a shirt or you buy him an outfit so he looks good with his friends or whatever. Just being generous because what? I've got my own money. I can do some of the things that maybe a man would do for me. I would hope that it would be reciprocated. Problem is, in terms of me, it was not being reciprocated. Okay, so basically, I'm becoming a sugar mama or whatever, because I'm giving more of myself, and they're just taking. And I don't even think that it even started out like that, but because I was on this, I don't need nobody, I'm independent, it kind of what's the word? It backfired. Yeah, it backfired on me because then I became used in certain situations. And I don't even think the people wanted to use me in the beginning, but it was like, I'm just throwing so much of how I don't need you. You need me without saying you need me, but I don't need you. I'm independent. I don't need no man whenever I get mad or upset or, whatever, because I'm not getting the attention that I deserve from them or, whatever. And so it kind of backfires on you because we all want companionship. We all want that full package. And sometimes we'll get in our own way. We'll self-sabotage. You can have so much good things going for you, but in that particular arena, the relationship, the friendship, the whatever arena, there could be a deficit because you're causing that.
Wow. Yeah. I'm just sitting there listening because I'm wondering, like, what makes women, there's got to be some trauma there to where it's like, you have this badge of honor that says, I'm independent, I don't need a man. But at the same time, you want to make that man dependent upon you. So like, I'm trying to figure out that dynamic. Like, how does like where does that come from? Is that just like a power thing? Like maybe.
I mean, it could be a form of a power trip, because we see movies and shows and even reality TV where you're seeing these type of people, or even real life. We have this thing going on with Diddy and stuff like that. That when you have, why are you laughing? That's a great example.
Man, free Diddy, man.
Man, don't free Diddy, keep Diddy, okay? Anyway. Anyway, he know what he been doing. Free brother love, whatever. Anyway, when you have money or you're in a position of power, sometimes people will abuse that power, themselves. So I feel like, I wasn't rich and balling out of control, but I had a good job. I was making good money. I had my leisure time. I could pretty much go and come as I pleased. I didn't have any children. I had a roof over my head. I had a car in my name. Anything I wanted, I could go get it at any particular time, whether it was a good financial decision or not. I could do it and I would be okay. And that probably got to my head a little bit.
But specifically, like, what makes a woman put a man in a situation to where she feels like that he needs her?
I don't really know, but what I will say is I would say, I don't need a man, but honestly, I felt like I did.
And so maybe that feeling like
transfer
you actually do need a man makes you, make the man need you. So basically, like, I really do need a man. So even though I said I'm independent and I don't need a man, I'm gonna make this man need me, and then
I guess I'll be happy.
Well, not even just that I'll be happy, but now that he needs me, I'm fulfilled because I really do need him. Yeah. But maybe, but if I show it this way, I feel like I'm empowered. So basically, the way I'm going to do this, instead of me so-called needing him, I'm going to make him need me. And now I'm always going to have him because he needs me, because actually I need him too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe maybe unconsciously, women, maybe this is the way relationships kind of get structured unconsciously, because actually you do need this man. You actually do. And so in your way of making sure that you have him is to make him need you. Yeah. By just going out of your way, just to do everything you can do for this man, because in all essence, you'll say that you don't need him, but actually you do. And this is your way of making sure that you always have him, because when he does something, first thing you say is like, oh man, he can't do nothing without me. Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that from a psychological standpoint, I'm thinking that women unconsciously, maybe, if they don't understand they're insecure, because a lot of people don't, men, women, both, we don't always know we're insecure. So when a woman says that, I think she's insecure. And when she says, I don't need a man, she really does. But she's going to go about it a little bit differently, right? And her way of going about it is not to ask you for things, but it's to give you things and to make you need her, because in reality, she really needs you. Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. And I mean, not to make this a man-woman thing, because we are talking about women today in that statement, but like that's some of the things that sometimes men will do. They'll buy you this and do this for you and this and that. And then when things don't go the way they expect, or maybe you want to break it off, or maybe you have an issue with the way that they're talking to you or whatever. It's like, I made you. What do you mean? Ain't nobody else going to want you. Different things like that, because there's an insecurity in them. They need you to validate them. They made you the main person. You my little project, and I'm going to pour into you, and I'm going to give you everything. And what you're going to do is constantly make me feel like a man, or in a woman's case, you're going to constantly make me feel like a woman. And the day that they don't do that, that's when the proverbial S hit the fan. And now all of a sudden you ain't nothing. Get out my house. You said it was ours. Get out my house. Give me back my car. You know, you running off all this stuff you done gave them. They ain't got not one thing to say, get back to me. Give me, don't take none of them clothes. I bought all them clothes. I bought all them sneakers. I bought all them shoes. I bought that car. Get out my house. Dang. You ain't got to get him nothing back? Nope. Because you independent. Girl, I won't say anything that I don't know. Now, I ain't never kicked nobody out my house or nothing like that. Never got that far. But when relationships was over, I had a whole lot of stuff that they wound up having to give back to me than me had to give to them. And it was just like, dang, I was going in and I'm still empty. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So, yeah, you know, but
you probably would have traded all those things to get that person back.
Yeah.
Because you really needed him.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Then you sitting there, you're mad. You know, you mad. You got all your stuff. You mad. You know, oh, he won this anyway. You know, whatever. You know, whatever negative things you have to say. But then you all in your phone, you know, texting, you know, calling by myself. I didn't mean to call you back. You know, come on. You know what I'm saying? Just come on, you know. But it's something that you have to learn. And a lot of times women and men, but we talking about women don't know they're doing it until it's done and they're able to look themselves in the mirror. You know, because I didn't know I was doing that. I didn't. And like I said, I was dating you and I still let that come out my mouth that like, oh yeah, Donald's a great guy. I really like him. You know, I really hope this goes somewhere with him. But I'm independent. I don't need no man. But you know, things was going great with him. I mean, come on. You know, I feel like though that I got lucky because as much as I'm bringing to the table, you were willing to bring to the table too. So there was never like a competition. We was equally pouring into each other. So there was really no need for me to keep on boasting my independence. You know, it was more so, oh, we're building together. You know, I wasn't no more talking about how I'm independent. Right. You know, I'm just a woman with a good job and money.
Let me ask you this too. Like, so looking back on it now, like as a woman, when you think back when you would say that kind of stuff, do you view it differently now? Like, you know, that statement?
Yeah, I do. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all because I feel like it's something that's said sometimes to cover your fears, to protect, you know, your emotions, to protect your heart or whatever. But honestly, all that you're really doing is preparing. When you say that, I feel like you're actually preparing yourself for an even deeper hurt. I think people should just be themselves. If you know, there's nothing wrong with saying, you know, I've got my own money, I've got my own place, got my own car. I bring a lot to the table. And so anybody who comes to sit at my table, I expect them to match, you know, my fly, or, you know, you gotta be on track for something. You gotta have goals. We ain't gotta be at the same place, but I got to see that you're trying to be just as successful as I'm trying to be or something like that. I just feel like that sounds so much better than I'm independent, I got all my own stuff, and I don't need no man. Because we all want a man in our corner, and all men want a woman in their corner, a companion. Okay, because some, you know, have to, you know.
But how about this, man? Like as a woman, man, maybe kind of instead of going straight to I don't need a man and I'm independent, why don't we maybe women should try something on the lines of, listen, I want a man in my life. I want companionship. I want love. Instead of leading with I'm independent, I don't need a man. I think that once you lead there, I think it starts going downhill. I think that I think once you preface, you know, who you are when you come into a man and you start there, I'm just not sure. You know, even you. I mean, I know that you didn't need me, and I don't think you really expressed it like that. I
No,
can't
I
remember.
didn't.
Yeah.
I
So
did. That's the type of like conversation or verbiage that you use when you're with your girls.
yeah,
I
shout
would
out to
have
you,
never
man.
brought it to you
Yeah.
like
So,
that.
and I would. Here's the thing about me though. Like I didn't want anybody to need me. I mean, I think that I was at a point that I was looking for somebody that wanted me. I didn't want to be necessarily needed. I wanted because anybody that I have, it's because I want it and I want the person to want me as well. But you never really expressed like, oh, I'm independent, blah blah. That would have been a red flag for me. As soon as someone says I'm independent, I'm independent. I don't need a man. It's like, as a guy, listen, guys, you hear that, the red flag should go up. You're like, I'm gonna have to watch this one, man, because that's a red flag. Okay, I'm sorry.
It is.
People that are secure with who they are don't go around bragging about how, or just going around talking about, oh, I'm independent, I don't need a man. But that's not what secure women do. That's not what adult women do. That's not what women who actually are secure with who they are, what they've done, what they bring to the table. They just bring it to the table. They don't do a whole bunch of this other stuff, man. So you guys out here, you're single, you hear that stuff. You might want to go the other direction, okay? Because she's not secure. She's not. Trust me. She may have a lot of things, but she's not. She don't have security though. She don't. She's dealing with some insecurities, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But but just be careful when you hear women say that. At least that's my advice to guys. I mean, I've never any woman that I was ever dealing with that said that. Clearly, we're not together because I'm here with you. But I mean, I just think that's a red flag. I just, I believe people that believe that they are who they are, they just go out and be who they are. They don't go around saying they're independent and I don't need a man and all the rest of this other crap, because it's generally the direct opposite of that. They may not need a man for X, Y, Z, but they probably need them for everything else. And that's okay. We need each other. Like I said, you're never going to hear a man running around and talking about, I don't need a woman, I'm independent. You're never, ever going to ever hear that, because we don't, I mean, we have other things that we do, but we won't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think also the thing too that I've learned, I didn't know this, in my 20s and early 30s. But one of the things that I did learn after having an opinion like that, I'm independent. Look at me. Look what I got. Look what I'm bringing to the table. I'm the perfect thing. All those things that I thought. I've come to realize, and I think a lot of people need to realize this, and this comes with maturity. Confidence is not loud. Confidence does not need any announcements about anything. Confidence just flows. If you are confident within yourself, you don't have to announce who you are. You don't have to let people know what you do. People will be drawn to you. They will be attracted to you and want to know more about you. And that's the best and natural way for things to come about, because it allows that freedom and flexibility for people to get to know you on many different aspects of self, not just the main one. And confidence comes in time. You have to get comfortable in the skin that you're in and comfortable with the person that you are and accept you for you. Learn to love you. And that's one of the things that you taught me, how to love myself, because I didn't love myself. I love myself, but I didn't love myself the way I needed to. Once you love yourself, you'll be very confident with what you got going on, and you won't even have to make announcements when you come in the room. When you come in the room, everybody looking and want to know who's that and what are they about, so.
Wow. So you basically saying that women that love themselves don't go around making proclamations that they don't need a man and they're independent. I didn't say it. So.
That's how I feel. Come at me if it's an issue. Come at me. I got you. Oh, we just want everybody to grow. I had a lot of growing to do, and I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy in the skin that I'm in. I'm happy for the mistakes that I made, because without those mistakes, I would not be where I am now, and I would not be the person that I am now. So I'm happy I was loud and cocky and, thought I was, for lack of a better word, God's gift, and and to come to realize that I'm not. I just got lucky that I'm Donald's cup of tea, and that worked for me because you are definitely my cup of tea. So,
absolutely, man.
It is what it is.
Listen, guys, this is a topic we wanted to talk about. You see this kind of stuff on social media all the time, and people that we even know, people that and you know them. So you'll see them on social media saying these things, but you're like, I know this chick, man. She need a man. She want a man badly. She's very insecure, and it's all good. I mean, but it's just a topic that we just wanted to kind of just talk about. Yes. Listen, this is going to conclude the episode of Free Game Don D.
Yes.
Life, family, and business.
Please like and share and follow and chime in. Let us know how you feel about this topic, because this is a very interesting topic. We have some other topics in our earlier episodes. Chime in. Let's get some back and forth. Let's see what y'all are thinking and how y'all feel, okay? And we'll see you next time.